Hi guys, this is Lori Hines with A Taste of Israel. It's been a while since I've done any kind of videos, and I'm glad to be back. It is December 2018, and we're here in Austin, Texas, in my home, and I have some friends here with me. These are some very special friends. This is Steve and Doris Werp, and they are visiting in Austin for a little bit, and they are the people who I have mentioned to you before on previous videos. If you remember, I have cooked some recipes using olive oil, this olive oil, Tura olive oil, and I've also made, I think the last recipe I made was a honey apple cake for Rosh Hashanah. I used date syrup. That was my secret ingredient. Do you remember? Yeah. And so I mentioned to you where I got these products. These products are from Israel, but I bought them from Doris and Steve's business. These are my friends who have Blessed by BUY Israel.com. They sell products from Israel. And so I thought it would be cool for them to come over and let you guys meet the people that I've been talking about in my videos and put a face to the name and their website. So I'm glad to have y'all. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming. So I wanted to also take this opportunity to tell people more about what Blessed by Israel is all about. Yes, it's amazing honey and olive oil and products, but there's a bigger meaning and mission to what you guys are doing. So we're going to go over that in a second. I want you to tell me about what your mission is, what your business is, and why you do it. But before that, people that have been watching my videos, they know that I'm obsessed with Israel. It has captured my heart, and I can't get enough of it. And so I think you guys are the same boat. And so I want you to share with my my viewers a little bit about how Israel came into your life, and tell us where you started with that.
I think what's amazing, you just spoke about the olive oil, the date salon. Up until a few years ago, this wasn't coming out of Israel. Foods were not coming out of it. The land was desolate.
Right.
For 2,000 years, the land lay basically destroyed. Mark Twain said when he went through, he hadn't seen another person for 10 miles. It was basically God forsaken. But just a few years ago, about 70 years ago, God started calling the people back into the land, and the land came back to life. So without the people, the land wasn't alive. So when you're cooking with this olive oil, you're looking at this date salon or honey from Israel or teas or any product coming out of Israel, you're really touching and you're taking a hold of the prophecies of God because they're coming true. And I think that is much of what is motivating me right now is seeing God's word come true.
It's exciting. I say that all the time in my videos. You guys that have been watching my videos know that I say when you're eating and drinking food from Israel, you're eating a miracle. It's like prophecy, like you're talking about. It's fascinating. I'm so excited to hear you say that because that's the thing. That is the beautiful miracle.
And it's amazing because the Jewish people are not about, they're not just about living. They're not about just having a family and like we are here in the West. Right. Their desire is the restoration of the land.
Wow.
They understand prophecy is not just about what God is doing, but what are we doing with God? How are we partnering with God?
Wow.
How are we living our lives? Are we living our lives in agreement with the prophecies? In other words, when I was growing up as a Christian, we used to have these wonderful timelines. You know, you'd see them on the board and they'd say, God's going to do this and this and this. We were all waiting to see what God was going to do.
Yeah.
And when I started talking to my friends over in Israel, the Jewish community, they said, well, when we see prophecy, it's a to-do list.
Oh,
so they look at it as, okay, God has done this. What are we supposed to do?
Okay.
He brought us back to the land, and he says we're to plant vineyards. We're to rebuild the ancient cities, the roads, the plant. I mean, it's to live and take possession of the land again. So
what a different perspective.
Partnership with God.
Yes. Wow, that's so cool. See, I always say there is spirituality to food and wine. And so we are talking about working, the Jewish people are coming alongside of God and working with him to plant vineyards and to restore that land. It is so fascinating. I love that. Action, people's action. Doris, tell us about what else you guys do in your heart about Israel.
Well, we are so excited because not only do we import those products, but we're mending relationships with the Jewish people there, especially in the heartland. Many people are not.
Yes, I have a map over here she's pointing to. So let's go there next, because what she's talking about is we have a map I'm going to show you. So I hate to put it in front of your face, Doris. So let me just do this really quick. I'm going to pop this map up. I'm going to show you where their products come from, because this is their mission. Before I show this, tell us, if you can, briefly, what the mission of Blessed by BUY Israel.com is.
Well, we just talked about how the Jewish people understand that they have a mission.
Yes.
That God has called them to restore the land.
Okay.
And we felt deeply moved in our spirit because of their faith, because of their passion for God's word. We were stirred that we wanted to be part of what they are doing.
Mm-hmm.
So our vision and God's calling on our lives, and I think all of Christianity is to come alongside the Jewish people and be part of this great work, not to replace them or to displace them, not to, but to be a complement to them. So while they're planting vineyards, they're growing olives, they're doing ceramics, they're doing the dates, we are bringing those out and allowing the Christian community to actually take part in the restoration by purchasing those products, by using those products, by setting a bottle of olive oil on your table and saying, you know what? God is faithful to his promises.
Yes.
And this right here is a testimony to it.
That is so cool, man. Don't you want to be a part of what God's doing? Here's your chance, guys. We're going to give you the website and all the information where you can go to buy these products in just a little bit. Thank you for saying that, Steve. That's beautiful. So the products that you guys import are from what is called the West Bank by some people. And then it's also called Judea and Samaria by people of faith or that are trying to observe a biblical lifestyle, certainly by myself and the Werps. So anyway, let me show you where we're talking about. What part of Israel is this? Where is the West Bank? Where is Judea and Samaria? Well, okay, if you see here, Doris, I hate that I'm covering your face up, but let me see if I can go right here. I'll cover my face up. Yes, okay. So this black line here is outlining what is called, this whole area here is called by some the West Bank, but by us and the Jews who live in that area, it's called Judea and Samaria. Why is Judea and Samaria important?
What's in a name? Why do they call it the West Bank?
Oh.
Because they disassociate it from the Bible.
Oh.
This is what the United Nations do. This is what many people do. And even Christians, they're ignorant of the truth. They don't understand their biblical history.
Oh.
And they don't associate this with the heartland. 85% of your Bible took place in these areas, in Judea and Samaria.
Wow.
So when the United Nations or anybody else says that this is Palestinian territory, basically they're telling you that they do not agree with God's plan of redemption, and they want to give this land to somebody else. So this is one of the real things that hit us back in end of 2016, right before the Obama administration went out. There was a resolution called 2334.
Yes.
And it basically made it international law. The United States decided to abstain or not to veto this resolution. And it made it illegal for any Jewish presence in Judea and Samaria. So basically they said any settlement, any Jew that takes a hold of his inheritance, the promises of God, that lives in the land of his forefathers, is there illegally by international law. And I think if Christians, if we understood what the world is saying and the statement they're making, we would rise up and we would say, no, enough. And there's more than one way we can do that. I mean, we have friends that are going over there, they're helping in the harvest, they're planting vines, they're planting trees.
Oh, wow.
We are bringing out products, not only the products, we're bringing the stories of the people.
That's right.
These aren't just products, you're not just buying olive oil or something from Israel. This is Erez and Vered with their children. The ceramics that we're bringing out, those are from
Yes.
Batya, and
Let's
Baruch.
talk about that.
These are our
Yes.
friends.
Okay, we've got the map now. I'm going to also add a picture of this map to the video so that you can see again what we're talking about, the West Bank. But you mentioned ceramics, so let me interrupt you here and show you guys. I bought these from the Works. These are some of the ceramics that Steve was talking about. So these are candle holders that I use on Friday night for Shabbat to bring in the Sabbath. And they're handmade by a lady who lives in, is it Judea or Samaria?
It's in Itamar, Samaria.
Itamar, Samaria. Okay, her name is Batya. So tell us her story. I've heard the story about her trying to sell her products in a city up north. Tell us the story.
There's so many stories about Batya and Baruch. They're an incredible couple. Batya, basically, they were secular when they left the United States.
Okay.
Batya was from San Diego. Baruch was from Michigan. Knew about the Lord, but they were fairly secular. When they landed in Israel, started going to school, started becoming part of that culture, suddenly God moved in their hearts. And they realized that they had a purpose, that God had a purpose for them. They had a vision. And they said it just changed and it's grown, continues to grow. So from college, they went up to Spot, which is a very artsy. I mean, it really fits in with Batya's style. You know, they're artists.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
she does ceramics, teaches classes, teaches other people. Baruch is a musician
Okay.
and also a tour guide.
Okay.
So they're just very artsy people, wonderful people.
Yeah.
And but they wanted more.
Okay.
So they moved out to Itamar, which is one of the most hotly contested places in Judea and Samaria,
Okay.
because they believe God called them out there.
Mm.
God called them to make a stand. Not only them, but with their 6 little children.
Wow.
This is one of the most. It's
Why is it contested?
it's under conflict because the Jewish people are coming home and taking over their land. They're reclaiming the land. Baruch has actually planted over 200 trees.
Wow.
This was a desolate hill, and we had a really wonderful time last year. We went out there and helped plant 5 trees.
Wow.
What's interesting about planting a tree in this area, after 2,000 years of being barren, the topsoil's gone.
Oh.
All the minerals are gone.
Okay.
All the organic material's gone. It's mostly rock.
Mm.
So to
How does
plant,
anything grow?
because God is faithful.
Oh, yes.
My son always says, this is the only place you could take you don't know if something is going to grow or not, you never do. But if you take a grapevine in Israel and you put it on top of a rock, miraculously it grows.
I've seen it. I've touched those vines. He's right.
But
It's a miracle.
so what Baruch did, we went out there and to plant one tree, we actually had to dig like 5 holes
Wow.
to find one that didn't have rocks under it that we could actually break up and dig deep enough.
Wow.
And Baruch says, this isn't for me. This is for my children and my children's children. This is for the generations to come, because God has called us home, and He said He will never again will we be removed from this land.
So inspiring, such strength, such a zeal for God and His Word and His promises. I mean, that is so inspiring. This is one of the things I love. Well, tell us quickly the story about her ceramics. When she went to a market, she was trying to sell her products, and something happened.
She actually went up to Haifa. There was a big market,
Like a fair or something.
like a fair, and ceramics, pottery, all kinds of artistic things. And one woman walked up. This is in Haifa. This is in Israel.
Yeah.
It's in a Jewish area, and an older Jewish lady come up and she said, "Batya, this is beautiful. I love your ceramics." And she just started picking up all kinds of bowls and cups and candelabras. I mean, just whatever she could. And Batya said she was going, "Oh, this has made our month. This is what we live on."
So it was a big order, a big purchase.
So it was a huge order.
Okay.
And then the lady said, "Well, Batya, I'd like to buy some. Where's your studio?" And Batya said, "Oh, we're in Itamar." And the lady turned to her and he said, "Itamar? You're telling me you're a settler? You are the problem with this country. You are the obstacle to peace." And said, "I will not buy anything from you," and turned and walked away.
Oh,
And Batya said, "I was heartbroken.
yes.
Doesn't she understand? I put my life, my family's life on the line for this country
Yes.
because I believe. I didn't know whether to cry or scream. But then she said, what's incredible is you, a Christian, or whatever you are.
Yeah, they don't know what to call.
They don't even know what to call us anymore. You understand.
Yeah.
And you have a love for this land, and you have a love for the promises of God.
Yes.
And you're here to help us.
Yes.
And
Wow.
this is incredible.
That's so awesome. What a blessing.
And so these are some of the stories and the things that we share that have changed my life.
Wow.
Because we're walking amongst a people of passionate faith.
Yes, we are. That's what I try to tell people, whoever will listen to me. Give me 5 minutes about, when I can talk, because it's so inspiring. I often say, in fact, I just said it this week, that I feel most alive when I am in Israel. Mm-hmm. And I feel closest to God when I'm in Jerusalem, of course. Mm-hmm. I mean, you guys know. And so it's so true. So Bati and her family, I read an article about her recently, I guess this week or last week in Breaking Israel News. I think you guys were mentioned in an article. It was so exciting. But to hear her talk about the land and where they're living in Itamar and her love of God and why they're there, it's so inspiring, totally. So I was so blessed to have these. So be sure and look at their ceramics by Batia. Yeah. Okay, fantastic. Well, let's see. I wanted to also... I know I've shared with you guys before the olive oil, because I'm all about food and wine and the spirituality of food. And then I've showed you guys the date syrup. But now I want to kind of focus on some other products that they may not know that you sell. Just recently I bought some honey from them. This honey is wildflower honey. And this one is eucalyptus. Yeah, so I'm very excited about that. But there's more to these people than food, honey and oil. They've got the most amazing line of jewelry that's handmade in Israel. Yep, look at Doris's beautiful necklace. Now this necklace is what? Tell us about this necklace.
This is the temple.
The temple.
And it actually says in Hebrew, the light of the world.
The light of the world. Yes. It's amazing. I was talking about the temple in the newsletter I wrote about the history of the first and second temples when they were destroyed, and then the third temple that's coming soon that we hope will be in our day and our time. Yep. There is a movement going on in Jerusalem now for the rebuilding of the third temple. Mm-hmm. So this is God's home. We're anxious. Yes. So I love that you have jewelry that represents that. What a beautiful piece. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I bought this necklace from them. I don't know if you can see this. This is the state of Israel. And it's got a little blue stone right there in the middle. You can't see it. It's like a silhouette, but there's a blue stone for Jerusalem.
So this is made by a lady called Sarah Feld, who her jewelry is called jewelry with a meaning. So every piece has a meaning.
Oh, that's what's so beautiful. Yes. Let me show you guys this piece I bought from the Warps from Blessed by Israel. This is the world, the whole world. And in Hebrew, it says, the whole earth is full of God's glory. And it's a globe. It's beautiful. Talk about meaning. That's such a reminder that God's glory fills the earth.
Well, Sarah really feels that we should adorn ourselves. What we wear, how we wear it, proclaims God's glory. So when we put a piece of jewelry on, it has a meaning. It says something about us. It says something about the way we worship.
That's right.
Who our God is.
That's right.
And it should declare His glory.
So even jewelry is spiritual. How about that? So that's fun. Okay, I want to show you a couple other things. Here I bought recently, this is called Serum Multivitamins, and I've been putting this on my face in the morning and the evening, and it's an oil, just a little bit goes a long way. It's very concentrated. It's got the essence of orange in it. It's all natural. Everything that is made right there. This one's probably made in Itamar too. Yes, this is made in Itamar. You can see that. Yeah. And now I saved the best for last. This is in their cosmetic line. This is my new favorite. Oh my gosh, I just made them bring me 5 more bottles of hand lotion. It's called hand cream, avocado oil, and green tea. You guys, I'm telling you, I don't like a lot of strong smelling lotions, but this is beautiful. I mean, it brings me right back to Israel, and it's such a beautiful fragrance. So like I said, I just bought 5 more bottles. So anyway, I hope you guys will check that out. Okay, so thank you for coming and visiting with me while you're in Austin. It was good to see you guys again. Now tell us the website and tell us anything you want us to know, where to go, how to buy your products.
It is Blessed by Israel.
It's
Blessed, B-U-Y.
Show us that.
Israel.
There's our flyer.
Blessed by Israel. Okay. What's the website?
blessedbyisrael.com.
Very easy. Okay, awesome. Okay, great. And then, so what do you guys do? Just we go online and purchase, and y'all ship it to us to our home.
We ship it all over. That we just got done shipping to Norway.
Oh wow!
Singapore.
Really?
And Singapore.
And
So
Singapore,
we ship
awesome.
all over the world.
Great.
It's exciting because it's amazing when you get to Israel, you realize that God is calling His people from all nations.
Yes, He is.
And it's something His Spirit is doing. This is something that man can't do.
Yes.
It's not a CNN thing. It's not a Fox thing. This is a God thing.
It is.
And His Spirit is active.
Yes.
And we're excited. We're excited. You know, growing up, I almost felt like I was sitting on the sidelines rooting for God. You know, Israel. I knew Israel was there, and when Israel won, I was happy. And I'm going, go Israel, go. Well, you know what? That's not God's game.
Oh.
I mean, coming out of Texas, we understand football.
We do.
and I don't want to be sitting on the sidelines of a football game.
Oh, right.
I'm an active player.
Okay.
We're down in the field. That's where God's sons are.
I love that.
Yeshua said, I must be about my Father's business.
That's right.
So if God's focus is Israel, my focus is Israel.
That's right. I love that. And I love what you said a while ago about how the Jewish people look at it like a to-do list.
Yes.
You know, we actually, and so what you guys are doing, this Blessed by Israel, is our way of being part of that, showing our action and being involved in part of this restoration. So, okay, guys, check it out, blessedbyisrael.com, with Doris and Steve Wirt, my friends, who love the land and love the people of the land and love God with all their heart, soul, and might. So thank you for joining us. And if y'all don't have anything else to say, we'll say goodbye until next time.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom. Take care.